simple. To me, Abigail was a delicious poison. An intoxicating, overwhelming poison. Yowie wowie!
What's up, everybody? We are back for another episode of Abby's Window, and we've had some Bray sightings. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We've got some artwork as always. We'll show that in a little while. And we have a certain corner that we'll start with, but let me bring Jodie on screen here. Jodie, how are you today?
Good. I've been running around. I had a doctor's appointment today and then had to go pick up all my medicine and all that. So slowly packing to go to England as well, because after tonight, I'll be working every single night until I leave.
Wow. That's a lot. And hopefully you can get some good rest on the plane ride over there. Get you a little bit of sleep if you can.
Medication.
Yeah. So what's up, everybody? Welcome. I was going to go down name by name, but we just had an influx of people come in, which is fine. So I'll just say welcome to everyone and give a special shout out to our channel members. Welcome. And also for our channel members, there's a poll out there. So go and vote for those choices. Pick a choice and let's have some fun. So welcome everyone. We're glad you're here. Glad to see everyone. We got some folks joining from Facebook, Twitch, all over the place. So Hello everyone. Thank you for coming. So Jodie, let's start with Caleb's Corner, shall we?
Sure. So not long after we did Abby's last week, Caleb posted an updated tour list. So outlining, obviously, going to the UK. I'm sure he is beside himself with excitement because he's never been over there before. I'm beside myself with excitement because I haven't been home since 2016. So wow. I can imagine feeling like you've never been over there before. It's and obviously feeling very patriotic at the moment with the coronation, and so I'm sure they're psyched to go over to the UK. They also have a date in Dallas, Texas in June, and it looks like he just added a free show in Morgantown, West Virginia in July, and obviously more dates to be announced as things get booked, and looking forward to some. That's a great picture. Thank you for the distraction. So yes, he will keep announcing tour dates. So make sure you keep checking out here, Caleb's Corner, so we can give those to you. We will keep on top of that. Anytime he announces a new tour date, we'll add it in and let you guys know what's going on. Make sure you go check out his merch shop, CalebJohnsonOfficial.com. He is on all social media outlets. Make sure you go and check him out. You definitely won't regret it.
There you go. And we just had someone join us.
I am so sorry, guys. I lost track of the time because I was busy drawing this.
That is awesome.
I just finished coloring it in. I am a huge Super Mario fanatic, and I love Luigi and I love Daisy. So I drew them like they were being chased by the ghosts.
Send me a picture of that so I can show it to Chris, because he
will do. I didn't realize. I went to get a snack, and I got a link from Eric saying that Abby Window was like, oh shit, I lost track of the time. I didn't even put makeup on, but I really don't care. I am so sorry, guys.
No, you're fine. No need to be sorry. And
Hey! Perfect timing.
How you doing?
Perfect timing.
Perfect
I just
timing.
told them I lost track of the time. I drew this of Luigi and Daisy from Super Mario, and I went to go get a snack, and I lost, and I didn't realize it was on. I was like, "Oh my god, I feel so silly."
It's okay. I was finishing. I was watching. Anybody's ever seen Renfield, the movie with?
How was it?
Really fun, actually. Still sort of silly fun. But I was sort of finishing it. I was finishing it off, and I was like, it's good. I'll join as soon as I can. And I was like, okay, it's time to go. So yeah, but it was a great film. Silly.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
It looks fun.
Have you seen Scare Package 2?
No.
Oh my gosh. Definitely go check that out. I didn't realize when I first started watching it that it was supposed to be funny.
Right.
It was supposed to be kind of like a parody of like the Saw movies and stuff.
Really?
Yes. So Jed Shepard, who we've had on our show for an interview, and I'm actually hopefully going to meet up with him when I go to England. But yeah, he has a little clip in there of the girls from Host.
Oh wow!
Doing a little clip, but it's on Shudder. It's called Scare Package 2, and it's really it is really funny.
I want to see that movie Host. I heard that was excellent too.
Yeah,
It's great.
It's messed up, but was fun too. It was good too.
Dashcam was also really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw Dashcam.
That's another Jed Shepard movie. And did you hear they have officially announced that they're doing a Blair Witch remake?
Were they? Wow.
So I messaged Jed and I sent the tweet to him and I said, "What are you up to?" And all I got was eyeballs.
Oh my goodness.
So I don't know if he's involved or not, but if he is, that movie's about to be amazing.
I want to see the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I heard that was a tearjerker.
Oh, really?
From what Jason Baker, the guy who made the Fee Mask and all the Funhouse puppets, from what he said, it was a tearjerker. And it's based on Rocket Raccoon. So, and I'm an animal lover, so when it comes to animals, I'm sorry, I will cry immediately.
I still can't watch Marley.
I can't watch it. I can't do it.
Can't watch Lion King without crying.
Oh no, me neither. I can't do it. I could never. My mother cries too, when we've seen the movie 10 million times, but it's so emotional.
Oh, the most I've ever cried at a movie was Marley and Me.
Oh no, I can't. I actually watched it with my dog, when my first dog, Lucky, and I actually was hugging him the entire time. I'm like, I will never watch this movie ever again.
That was ugly cry, sobbing, couldn't breathe, crying. Like, yeah.
I want to see the Super Mario movie. I heard that was friggin' amazing. Jack Black nailed it as Bowser. And
yeah, he did it well.
Luigi, Chris Pratt, that's my favorite. Chris Pratt, he's my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, Jack Black is he's golden.
He's a treasure.
Like, he's so funny.
No, he's a treasure. Yeah, he was good in Jumanji. He was good. He's just good. Yeah. Period.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, Scream 6 was amazing. I watched that as well.
I enjoyed
it. If you haven't seen Scream 6, go see it. It was really good.
That is it Jenna Ortega? Is that her name?
Yep. Jenna Ortega. Yeah.
She is the next Scream Queen. She's the next Jamie Lee Curtis. Yep.
I agree.
Yep. She's amazing.
She's awesome. And
fantastic.
There's some nice twists in there, like with the later movies. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, really cool.
Jesse saying Abby's movies. We should do that one day.
Abby's movies. That actually sounds like fun. I like our favorite movies. Like do like a top 10 favorite any kind of genre movie. Any
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
That'd be fun. Speaking of something that's fun and exciting and good to see, we've gotten some recent Bray photos.
Oh yeah, nice.
It's good to see that he's doing well.
Yeah,
that he's hanging with his loved ones. It's all that matters.
Oh my gosh, Irie is so adorable. She's so cute. I mean, look at Bray. Look how snazzy he looks. with
And he
the
was
like the
snapping.
black and white shoes, and the red
They
jacket.
both look wonderful. They both look good.
It's well, she's gorgeous. They're both very lucky people. And it was Ryan Staten, whatever his name is.
Saturn, yeah.
He's the guy that posted these.
Mhm.
And they were at a wedding, which is awesome. Yeah, he just looks really happy, and I like to see him happy. It makes me happy to see him happy.
That's awesome.
Of course.
That's awesome to
question.
see him out and about. So
Yeah.
Good news, right, gang? We'll start with Dom, and then go to Nicole, and then Jodie.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see the guy having a nice time, as he has every right to do. Obviously it sparks some return rumors, as every picture of Bray does. The most entertaining thing I saw this week was that people were saying that the Sasquatch guy at Backlash, who was like,
I saw that.
Yes,
yeah,
I saw that too.
I do exist, and that was something to do with Bray.
Gotta be. It can't be anybody else.
Absolutely.
Gotta be.
So I think Dan did some research, because we did the live watch along, and it's actually a YouTube channel. It just happened. Yeah, it just happened that it got free. It got on camera, but yeah, it's I thought that was pretty entertaining. But yeah, good to see the guy out and about having a good time. That's what I've got to say about that.
I agree. I'm glad that he's doing well, and that he is enjoying his life, and hopefully whenever he's 100%, we'll gladly see him again. But what matters is him being physically and mentally well, and that's it. Short and sweet.
Yeah.
Jodie.
I mean, we all really miss him, and pictures don't help. And I mean that in a good way. He looks awesome. He looks healthy. He looks happy. So I'm, anticipating a return very soon. And I mean, our reaction when he showed up at Extreme Rules was classic. I hope to God that we're on camera when he does return, because that will supersede that previous return.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are really excited about this.
There may be some tears shed a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I'm tearing up just thinking about it. So
we get two big returns from the same guy in the same, well, not the same year, but the same 6 to 12 months. That's pretty big. No one else has done that.
The same WWE year.
Yeah, no one else has done 2 major returns for the same person in 12 months, or very few. So
yeah, they also keep saying that Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss are going to be working together soon.
Yeah,
so I'll be looking forward to that. That's something to look forward to as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, let's get to that. Let's. I know one person is thinking that maybe it's tonight. Let's start with Nicole this time. Then we'll go to Jodie and then Dom. Nicole, when do you think we see him in the WWE again?
Well, it's possible we might see him. We might see him tonight. We might see him Friday. Because, like has said many times, he's everywhere, so he could pop up anytime. So, or maybe they could be more clues that that's the sign that says I'm. What was the sign that said that it said?
Feed something
Feed
about
your head.
Was it feed your head? I don't
No,
think it was.
Yeah,
It was something similar though.
It was something similar. It was along the lines of that. So if we see more of that, that means he could be coming back this week. Maybe tonight, maybe Friday.
Or if you start to see some QR codes popping up.
Feed your wild side.
Or maybe NXT.
It was feed your wild side.
Maybe NXT.
Feed your wild side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Feed your wild side. I see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I feel. He could be coming back probably this week.
Yeah, that was for Jack Links, is what Hanzo said, and what
beef jerky.
beef jerky.
Oh.
Yeah. I knew it wasn't. It wasn't what it wasn't as exciting as we wanted it to be. But unless they're swerving us, and
I mean,
Could be a swerve, but
who knows? Who knows?
who knows? Who knows?
Maybe
Jodie,
it's all a swerve. Maybe he comes back and tries to spin off that we hallucinated him coming back before. Like it wasn't real. I was the first person he responded to when he came back, and I said, what I said was something similar to that. Like, did that really just happen? Am I in an alternate universe right now? And he replied to it and said, me too. So, I mean, maybe we all hallucinated it.
that would be interesting. Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna come back to that because I got to get more of that. I've got to get you to book that out for me if you don't mind. Dom,
What are we doing tonight, guys? The same thing we do every night. Fantasy booking, Bray's return.
that's right. Same thing we do every night, Pinky.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's good. I think it'll happen sooner rather than later. Purely because SummerSlam's kind of around the corner, kind of. A lot of people.
Is that the next pay-per-view? No.
No, we're a while away. It's probably it's like August, isn't it? I think.
I'm terrible at dates. So
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm thinking, if we're gonna get something, it's probably gonna be. I'm gonna say SummerSlam, and that's terrible because obviously that's months away. But if they're gonna bring him back to do something and have him return, then SummerSlam seems like the place to do it. For a big return, for and a big feud potentially. But yeah, let's see what happens. If he shows up at Raw, we'll all be really excited next week. That's all. If he shows up on SmackDown, we'll be really excited next week. If he doesn't, we'll be right here anyway. Still being excited about something. Mainly because of Jeff's excellent hosting skills and you guys being ever enthusiastic and wonderful. So we'll work it out. We'll work it out.
Dalton was reading my mind with his comment talking about Alice in Wonderland.
all right. So we've got to get more of that that idea that you threw out there. You can't just throw that out and not give some more context.
Yeah. So maybe we all fell down the rabbit hole. And what we're seeing right now is Wonderland. And then at some point we wake up,
All Sasquatch is promoting beef jerky. Yeah, let's go with that.
I mean, what if we're all in Wonderland? Because it started with the rabbit.
Yep. We all went down the rabbit hole.
So now we're in this fantasy land where, Bray can be different people. Just like in Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting.
And, maybe at some point he gets awoken, fiendish. And it wakes everybody up. And he tries to convince everybody that none of that was real.
That would be quite a mind, what?
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be wow. Wow.
I mean, it ties into that Mad Hatter episode too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There are a lot of different that's pretty interesting.
That's fascinating.
I like that. Dom, since you mentioned SummerSlam,
Yeah.
I got to come back to you.
Yeah, man.
How would you do it, and who would you set him up against?
This is going to annoy a lot of people, but I just want him to finish. I want him to finish this Bobby Lashley thing. I know that sounds, maybe a little bit lazy, but I'm a sucker for finishing stuff. You know, I said it last week. I want the Uncle Howdy thing to play out. Do I think WWE will do that? Probably not. They'll probably hit the reset button and we'll see the return of the Fiend. You know, but for me, in an ideal world, I'd have him finish the Bobby stuff. Or I was thinking about something earlier. Maybe Edge, because Edge is retiring this. Well, he's finishing up with WWE anyway, and maybe, you know, Bray could come and cost Edge the championship thing. If I was thinking sooner, you know, than SummerSlam, and then they could build an Edge versus Bray feud. Well, that'd be pretty cool. I'd be up for that, and then that would mean that he was back soon because he could cost Edge, you know, the championship, or, you know, in the tournament or something like that. But for me, I'd like him to finish the Lashley thing. But as a backup, if they have to do something fresh, either as the Fiend or, you know, whatever Bray chooses to present himself as, I would say Edge is a good feud. It'd be a nice little final feud for Edge. And I know it's not the Undertaker, but it'd be cool if Bray was the one that retired Edge.
Yeah.
When I say retired, I mean go to AEW to have one last run with Christian, but you know, retiring from WWE. That'd be like a nice little backup for the Undertaker, right?
That would be. I would like that. Hanzo, I'm going to read this. I know Jodie's got something. Hanzo, thank you for the donation. Saying started with the rabbit down the hole. The fire killed the rabbit. A roar from him, but now those gloved hands burst through the ash. He's here. All right, Jodie.
John Bennett said what I was thinking too. That's amazing. He said the colors in the pitch black match are like the smoke when he says, "Who are you?" in Alice in Wonderland.
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, I like that." So if we started with the rabbit, you know, going down the rabbit hole and the rabbit clues, and now he wants us all to wake up. What if we start getting clues like QR codes like that, like wake up, you know, or like keep telling you to wake up, wake up, wake up. And those are our clues leading up to him coming back.
You know how you mentioned wake up when he first appeared with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan when they attacked Kane. He said in his promo, "Wake up from this lie that you're living in." He said that. That just made me. I just thought of that once you said that. I was like, "Wow, this long-term story."
We start getting QR codes about waking up.
Yeah, I'd say.
And then we finally wake up and he comes back as cult leader Bray.
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream.
Wow. That now I'm thinking about some of the stuff that we got before, like with the cartoon, you know, like the three little pigs.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is if he watches this show, this particular one, I know he's watched before, but if he goes back and watches Abby's from today and decides to use that in a story, I better get a present.
Now, may I say something? Because I saw that Dom mentioned about Edge being like the one that the Fiend retires. However,
the bedtime story.
I have another legend in mind that I feel that the Fiend should retire, and he actually mentioned that this legend actually mentioned it himself.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about Mick Foley.
Yep.
Mankind.
Oh no.
Mankind against the Fiend, and the Fiend just gives him an animal claw.
And he's not a fan.
Oh no!
Look.
No.
Hold up. No, hold
Thumbs
up.
down.
No, hold up. Look. I love the enthusiasm. I get that, you know, it's a dream feud for Mick. But like, if there was an all-time favorite wrestler for me, it's Mankind. It's Mick Foley, right? I love Mick. And in 20 years ago, yes, that would have been a dream feud. I would have retired.
Right.
I would have retired as a wrestling fan. That would be like, I would have loved that, right? But now, Mick Foley is a legend. Let's leave it. You know, he can come back. You know, I get what
you give him the mandible claw, so I guess.
Oh, no, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Like that's the mandible claw, but like a cinematic match, maybe. Yeah. But
Yeah,
like
maybe a cinematic. Not too much wrestling.
But then who
Yeah.
would you have win that?
yeah, this is it, man. That's like tearing my heart in two, you know?
What have I done? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Mick Foley mentioned it. I was like, wow, that would have been really cool. That would have been cool storytelling.
It is really cool. It's a really cool idea, and in principle, yes, but practice like even a cinematic. Well, I don't know, because you could do everything with a cinematic match. You know, yeah. But
still, who
honestly,
do you have win?
well, that's it. And
Do
then
you actually have the Fiend retire Mick Foley, or do you have Mankind beat the Fiend and prove that he's been the best all along? Like, how do you end that match without making either of them look weak?
That's a good question.
There's your homework.
Well, turn a new page now.
you see, Nicole, if you were gonna draw,
Are you gonna draw the Fiend and Mankind to get?
you
like,
see, I will commission you to do that. That's a dream drawing I would want to see
Of Mick Foley and the Fiend.
Yeah,
have them like
All right.
staring
I'll
at each
think about it.
I'll invest in that because that's a good. That's
That
a
would
good.
be
Show everybody your Mario drawing that you did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, I love Luigi. I love Mario, but I love Luigi. And I love Princess Daisy. But if anybody is also a big Luigi fan that loved Luigi's Mansion, the third one, I was a bit bummed out that Princess Daisy wasn't with them along with Mario, Peach, and the Toad. But that's fine. But still, the game was still amazing nonetheless. However, I did a what if Luigi and Daisy were in, like, she didn't get caught in the picture, and she helped Luigi get away from these ghosts and King Boo.
Wow.
And so I did it all with Copic markers and color pencil.
Yes, Richie, draw that, and we'll make sure that we show it.
Yeah, Richie, let's see it. That's awesome.
That's tremendous, by the way. Tremendous art.
Thank you. I can't wait to see other people's artwork before Abby finishes. I want to see. I love seeing other people's artwork.
Tazzy popped in the chat with just someone say Peach. Funnily enough, I was eating these before the show started.
Cohen, that's so funny.
It just made me think of you.
That's
not anything Peach anymore without thinking of Tazzy.
Now I got the song Peaches stuck in my head. Thanks, Jack Black. Thanks a lot. Listen, I gotta say, it's original and it's such a good song. It's a good song.
Well, Jack
Black knows how to make things good.
Yeah.
Oh,
we were saying this before the show. Like, Jack Black could, make a blade of grass look good.
Yeah.
So I loved that comment during Backlash about Seth Rollins that he could wrestle a toothpick and make it look good.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's true.
It's true. That man is so talented, and I feel like he's so underrated.
He needs to win that new title.
He does.
He should be the first one to win that title.
I really want to see that.
Yeah. Oh, Jesse, can you send me that new one that you did of Steve? I was gonna put it in artwork, and I keep forgetting. So just send it to me in a DM. I'll make sure we post that next week because it's a really, really cool picture.
I sent you the drawing I did of Luigi and Daisy.
Thank you. I'm gonna show it to you. It's gonna flip.
Awesome.
The ghosts were fun to create. They're all like different colors, and it's pretty fun. They were fun. Even King Boo was quite a challenge because he's like all white, but I used all grays and all different like the pinks and stuff for his eyes.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Hanzo, thank you for the donation. I'm trying not to do my Biggie Smalls impression.
Do it.
No, I'm not gonna do it. It was all a dream. I used to read Firefly magazine until I realized I became the machine. I can't wait to re-begin. All you need to do, boys and girls, is let me in. I like that.
Yeah,
maybe.
Thank you, Hanzo.
It's all a dream. Now I gotta find exactly what that tweet was.
Awesome. All right, so Dom is not really. I kind of wanted to go back to that because I was going to bring it up earlier. I wanted to wait until you arrived,
Okay.
but seriously, how would you book that if you had to book?
I said.
Go
So I said
ahead,
it still doesn't feel real. Did that really happen? Was it just a dream? Was it just a figment of our imagination? And that's when he replied and said, "Me too."
Could it have all been right
I'm
there?
telling you, he's all about long-term storytelling. That's what Bray Wyatt's always been about. I love it.
Yeah.
It just makes you love him more. Like,
That's
Yeah.
right.
I can't talk about him sometimes without getting tears in my eyes. I've been doing it most of the show.
Well, Dom,
Yes.
I'm gonna make it difficult.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
How would you build this story with Mick Foley and Bray Wyatt? build the story and book
Oh.
the match.
Oh.
Dom hates me now.
No, I never hate you, man.
I ruined it. I ruined it.
No.
No, you did not at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
It would be a great. It would be a great cinematic match.
It would. I agree.
And like I said, I just don't want to see them in a traditional match setting. So when you first said that, Nicole, it wasn't that I was like, "No, your idea is rubbish. I hate it." It was just that it has to be the right
It's better
thing.
if it was like cinema.
It has to be the right thing. You know, I don't want to see Mick in a ring wrestling a wrestling match now.
No, you're right.
You know,
I agree. I agree.
But if I was to book it, you know, again, if we go into sort of the fairy tale, it's all a dream thing, we could drag a couple of people in there with Bray, and Mick Foley could be one of them, you know, where Mankind gets to relive everything from the Boiler Room to his World Championship run. He gets to relive that in a match setting, in a cinematic match with Bray, where we relive over the course of whatever, half an hour. See, I want it to be given some time, half an hour,
Yeah.
a little bit longer, you know, for us to go back and revisit his first championship win. But Bray's there, you know, Bray's there kind of almost like pulling the strings. So we get to relive all these wonderful Mankind moments right from the very beginning in WWE, because we're not going all the way back to ECW, but we're going back to the Boiler Room, you know. But Bray's there.
That was awesome.
Yeah, God, so good.
I mean,
so
that's
good.
A lot like the Firefly Funhouse match.
Yeah, Bray's there pulling the strings, right? Bray's there pulling Mick's strings, and
Mankind's theme song always gave me the willies when I was a kid.
Me too.
Oh, it used to give me the willies.
For me, I would run it back like a Raven. So a lot of people don't know that Raven was actually controlling. He was actually leading Cactus Jack back in ECW. It was actually Raven who had the control over Cactus, and maybe playing something like that back in the weeks leading up to this cinematic match. Mick Foley comes back to do some kind of promo thing, some kind of, you know, hello, welcome to whatever town, you know, right here in Worcester, Massachusetts or something.
Yeah.
You know, a nice little spot, a nice little Mankind spot. Bray comes out. You know, last time I saw you, I put you in the mandible claw. But I just wanted to apologize for that. And weeks go by, and, you know, maybe Mankind, Mick Foley feels like he feels invested in Bray. He feels invested in the character. Maybe, you know, comes out and accompanies him to a few matches or something. Maybe supports him a little bit. Feels like Mick Foley's nurturing. You see like these lovely little backstage bits with Bray, with Mick giving Bray advice on how to do things, how to get in people's heads, you know, psychology.
Yeah.
And then we turn it, and then long story short, basically ends up that Bray's been pulling the strings of Mick Foley, trying to turn him back into what he was before, the kind of hard, you know, the kind of boiler room dwelling, hardcore, you know, maniac.
What if we flip it around and Mick Foley is the one pulling the strings?
See, now that would be that'd be an interesting character dynamic.
You know, with all of Bray's characters, it was really Mick pulling the strings.
What if what if they had a boiler room brawl, but it's cinema, like cinematic match, like Dom says? What if it was like they were in a boiler room brawl and they bring that kind of match back? They never had those. I think the one with him and Undertaker was the only one that they had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that would have been cool because I was a fan of that. I loved that because that was different.
That's a great idea. Yeah, Mick Foley's done very little heel work, very little kind of, back he did. I think he had a run in TNA, and he was, I think some of the Edge stuff. He was meant to be a heel in that. So it's kind of interesting to see him in that dynamic. Obviously he was a heel when he first came out as Mankind, but then everybody kind of fell in love with him, and he was never really, a bad guy again. So maybe a really nice thing for the later part of Mick Foley's career could be this kind of evil puppet master.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like a Paul Bearer or Father James Mitchell or something like that.
I agree.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Paul Bearer.
Jodie, do you have any booking ideas with that? Because I've got a booking idea for this, and I want to hear yours to make sure.
Yeah, I would. I love everything that Dom said. I would flip it to it was always Mick Foley pulling the strings, and I think booking it, you can have these little interactions backstage or in the ring, and have these little moments between them. But you see all of different characters. So maybe he's Mick Foley the first time, and then Bray kind of pushes him, and then he does another one of his other characters, and you see all the faces of Mick Foley and all the faces of Bray.
Right.
Yep. I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna take that idea of Mick being the one pulling the strings, and I'm gonna raise you here. Let's say we get on whatever show, we get clips of Mick Foley in the boiler room, and he's trying to find his way out, and he can't find his way out. And you keep progressing, and then in one of the vignettes, he hears a voice that says, follow my lead. And it's like a rope or something that he can grab that pulls him up. But instead of being in a WWE building, he's at the swamp.
Okay. Yeah.
And we see Bray and Mick face to face as they are, the man Bray, the man Mick Foley, those two individuals there. And then we get snapshots. We see Dude Love with Muscle Man Bray. We see Mankind with the Fiend. We see Cactus Jack with, like the cult leader. And you kind of mix it all in like that. So you get all of the faces of each one. But then you find out, going to your points, that Mick Foley was actually the one pulling this all out of Bray. And I mean, you can even go back. You can even go back to something as long term as when Cactus Jack was in WCW, where we know Bray saw his dad and his family, and that could have been an interaction where he started pulling those strings from that moment. Because he saw something in him. So in that case, you could do it in a way where he's not only putting over Bray, but he's like, I've seen this in him since the beginning.
Yes.
Here's an interesting thought. What if Mick Foley is Uncle Howdy?
Now that's interesting.
The bigger Howdy, yeah.
Yeah.
The two.
Because he said in that, remember he said in that news thing, we are all of us, or I am all of us. We all kind of think that Howdy's the puppet master, the one pulling the strings. So what if you build that into it, that Mick Foley is Uncle Howdy?
Yeah, wow. I mean, that'd be a really good way to bring him into programming.
Swerve.
Yeah. And WWE loves a good nostalgia pop. So
Yep.
Absolutely.
you know, I mean, I'm all for it as a massive Mick fan. You know, I just don't want to see him do anything physical.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a manager, something like that. But then, because I guess Mick does all this comedy stuff. You know, is he happy doing what he does now? You know, which is has time for himself and his family and gets to do his comedy tours and stuff. But as a wrestling fan, I would love that. I would adore that. In fact, you know, if Mick was included.
Wow.
So some lovely fantasy booking with
Uncle Howdy is Mick Foley confirmed.
Uncle Howdy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
See, I love these discussions. I do. These are fun. These are a lot of fun. So, all right. I know where Dom lands on it. Well, let's do this. Let's say he does come back this week. Let's just and no, we're not saying that's confirmed, anyone. So don't run with that. But let's say he comes back this week. You start? We'll start with Dom, then go to Nicole, and then we'll go to Jodie. Do you want to see him pick back up with Bobby here, or?
Yeah. I think it goes back to what I was saying before. Ideally, yes. It depends on whether either the reports, reports or dirt sheets or whatever about, kind of them wanting to bring back the Fiend because it was a big merchandise seller and stuff, and which would make sense from a business standpoint. But for me, I want to see something, full circle. We always talk about a circle here. Come on, like it depends, doesn't it? If he comes back as the Fiend, then it shows you that he's not in charge of his. Well, he's less in charge of his creative than we've been led to believe. It shows us that clearly he's not as trusted with his creative than we think he is, because they've basically gone, right, that didn't work. Bring back the Fiend. We're gonna sell a bunch of masks. We're gonna give you a world championship because you'll be the leading merchandise seller. Like that's what I don't want to happen, but I'm afraid of it happening because WWE they have done it and they will do it again. They just hit the reset button and pretend like it never happened. There's countless times they've done that with characters, and I'm afraid of that because for me, going back to your question, yes, they started the Bobby Lashley thing. I want to see them finish it. I don't care if it's a week. I don't care if it's 2 weeks. I don't care if it's a month. I want to see something finished. The Uncle Howdy stuff finished. I want to see it done. But then I'm a fan. I'm not booking wrestling shows. There's a reason I don't book wrestling shows, right? Like I am a fan. I enjoy the story in most cases. I understand I've not always said that, but I want to see them finish the story, with Bobby, and then the Uncle Howdy stuff. Do I think we're going to get that as the weeks go by? No, I think we're going to get a hard reset, and they're just going to bring back the Fiend. But I want them to finish the Bobby thing, and I want them to finish the Uncle Howdy thing.
Nicole?
Yeah.
I kind of agree with Dom. Like I personally feel that I feel that they shouldn't have to start over again with another wrestler. I think they should just finish off Bobby and then have Bray go to another opponent probably after SummerSlam. Like when he comes back, I'm sure he'll come back before SummerSlam. So SummerSlam is not going to be for a while. So
August 5th, I believe.
Yeah. So he'll finish up with Bobby. Maybe he'll have a match with Bobby at SummerSlam. That'll be like the final chapter of them. And then once that's done, he could feud to someone else, like a Karrion Kross.
There you go.
Or who else? Or maybe even Shinsuke. Why not? Try something different.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody he's never fought before. So, I mean, he never fought Karrion Kross. I know they go, but they've been going back and forth on social media. So,
yeah.
So I feel that if they continue the feud with Bobby, they might change the story up a little bit. I think that's what they'll probably do. they'll change it up a little bit, because I know Bray has a new writer now, someone that's writing a story for him. So maybe they'll do a better, like a different storyline for Bray and Bobby, and then they'll finish it up at SummerSlam, and then Bray will go to another opponent. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I would like to see them finish the Bobby story. Absolutely. I think, closure on those things is good for a character like Bray. And I'm kind of with, the mindset with Dom here. Like, it doesn't matter. You can have it just be a short little feud and then move on to something else, but we just get that closure from the from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want the closure. And like I say, a Karrion Kross feud. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And I would love to see that too. You could get Kross and Scarlett versus Bray and Alexa.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Be awesome.
All right. So I want to take a couple of minutes and talk about this new writer just a little bit. I know we did last week a tad, but I do want to talk about that in relation to what you think it means in terms of timing. Do you think that maybe this was a plan, that this could have something to do with all of the timing? What are your thoughts? I'll go to Dom first, since he has that smile.
I hope so, man. Wouldn't it be cool if it was all a dream, if this was all planned, all the theories about the theme music and disappearing without a trace, and this was all planned from the very beginning.
Part of his lyrics.
All of the stuff that we can fantasy book here, if it was all real, wouldn't that be awesome? I don't think it is, unfortunately. I think this is a case of obviously illness, combination of things. Maybe some people again, this is just my opinion. Maybe some people loved the stuff, maybe some people didn't. I think maybe there's going to be, like I say, there's certainly maybe been conversations about resets and resetting the gimmick and stuff. I think this is all obviously a combination of illness, combination of outside factors, maybe trying to figure out what to do when they bring him back. Obviously, Alexa's supposed to be tied into it. I would imagine that some of it's got something to do with his contract as well. Obviously, I wonder what the conditions of that contract is. To what level he asked for creative control and things like that. And to what level he's received that or will receive that going forward. So in answer to your question, because I did just waffle on there, I think there's some... There's it's just a matter of a combination of illness, combination of outside factors where maybe they're going to reset the story because it hasn't necessarily worked as well as everybody wanted, except for us, because we like most everybody likes the long-term storytelling, but I think they're probably going to reset, and if they don't, I'll be pleasantly surprised. Let's put it that way. In terms of time, who knows? I'm hoping at this point SummerSlam. But I look forward to every week us fantasy booking his return that night, that day, whatever. I look forward to the theories. I look forward to the ideas. But I don't think he's going to be back in the next few weeks. But I'll be here, getting excited if he shows up tonight. But yeah, I don't think there's a timeline. I don't think we can predict it. I think there's a multitude of factors at play as to why Bray isn't on television that are more than just the illness and more than just the other things that we've talked about before.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, we know Bray is a perfectionist when it comes to timing of things. So, he may have been, cleared and ready to come back a couple weeks ago, or however long ago it might have been. And, now it's how to weave him back into Raw or SmackDown, wherever he ends up being. So yeah, it was obviously outside of his control initially, but coming back and how to do that, he's kind of a perfectionist with that, and I'm glad that he's feeling better and is out and about. It's nice to see him doing that, and I'm just really looking forward to him coming back. But I think it's going to be a slow process. I think I wouldn't say highly likely, but I think it's possible we get a QR code or something tonight. But I'm not like 98% confident. I'm somewhere in maybe like the 70s, 80s. And I think that would be a good way to start to bring him back. And then, he comes back, and I would like to see them finish the Lashley story.
Yeah.
But I think it starts slow, and I think there's a high probability it starts tonight. Because if you think about it, and I heard this on, I think it was somebody said it on Twitter, tonight really is the start of the Triple H era. Because up until Backlash, he was finishing Vince's year of wrestling, so to speak. So now that's done with. All those stories are closed, or maybe that was right before Backlash, and now this is all Triple H. That's why Backlash was amazing. They said it was the most viewed Backlash ever,
and the crowd was phenomenal.
And
right.
The crowd
was great throughout the whole night. They were full of energy from beginning till end.
And you see how much of a difference it makes.
Yeah.
Having that crowd that's really, really into it. I mean, the only thing I can equate it to, and I'm sure Dom would agree here, it's like a World Cup match.
Yep.
I and this sets the example for how fans are supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
The more you get into it, the more they're going to get into it. And it just adds another level and it's so hard to come by, like a really good, solid crowd like that. I think they will definitely be going to Puerto Rico every year after that.
They should.
Yeah, they should.
Every year, because that crowd was tremendous the entire night. They were tremendous on SmackDown. So yeah, they should go every year. They should make that an event there and just build it around that. So I did before we get to the artwork, I did want to ask quickly, where do we think Miss Bliss fits into this, and because I know we have those out there that are chomping at the bit, we'll say, to get her back. So
I don't think they'll be working together initially. I think when, if they close this Bobby Lashley story, then they can start to build towards.
Yeah, I was thinking
kind of leading her into it.
Because if they're going to finish up the story with Bobby and Bray, it should just be with Bray and Bobby and Bray. Then once that's finished, then they can always add. Alexa can still be Dark Alexa.
Yeah,
and she could, and while Bray's doing his thing, like beating the hell out of Bobby. And then once that's done, they want to do a mixed tag match. And
that's why I think it would be cool to have them on separate shows.
Yeah,
because
that would be cool. That would be cool.
I mean, because then we may get pieces of Bray on whatever brand she's on, and pieces of her on whatever brand he's on, and
and then we put
all full control then.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have so much to look forward to in both nights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like the fact they had that at the beginning. Not at the beginning, but they had Alexa on Raw while Bray was on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, the draft makes, as many people in the comments will laugh at, and you guys will probably. Then the draft makes no sense. But then when has it ever made any sense?
It's never made sense.
This championship tournament, man, there's people on SmackDown competing for it, so we already know that they're not going to win.
Yeah, I thought it was only for Raw. Like I thought it was for Monday Night Raw. I don't know. My boyfriend was saying it last night. Like, why are they adding? I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they're adding, but who knows?
Well, when was the last time the draft made sense? They've
Exactly.
never stuck to it.
Exactly. But that's what I mean. When I think about finishing the, like finishing what was started, even with Bobby, that includes the Alexa stuff and Howdy. I want to see that. Let's do that. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
That was interesting. You know.
Yeah.
All right, folks, you ready for some artwork?
I'm ready to see some talented people's hard work. Let's see it.
Let's do
It's
it.
great stuff as always. So thank you to everyone for your tremendous talents and sharing those with us. We greatly appreciate it. Let's bring up this first one.
That I saw that and I actually was blown away by it. That is beautiful.
Yep. Black Mask designed this one.
Wow.
And just like we were talking about earlier, Bray being the Mad Hatter and this Alice in Wonderland, weaving into this story, that's kind of ironic. But yeah, I love all of his work. He does such a good job. And you got Howdy in the background. There's buzzards, and yeah, it's just phenomenal.
Yeah, man, it's incredible. I love that. Again, the Alice in Wonderland references are all, incredible. It's all over that, isn't it? It's amazing.
Okay. Hats off to Brittany for doing this.
Yes.
This is for, not just Bray, but the background.
Yes.
You got everything.
Everything.
Brittany, if you're on this hunt, hats off to you. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, and she's actually been drawing other wrestlers as well. So make sure you go check her artwork out. It's Brittany K.
Yes, go follow her.
Twitter, go follow her. She does commissioned work as well if you want her to draw something for you. But like she drew a picture of the first time I met Caleb, and it's really, really, really awesome. So she can pretty much draw whatever you want.
Yes. Oh, that's a nice one.
Oh, so props to Eric, if you're in the chat. Got this off of, I believe it was an Instagram post. And I don't know who the artist is. It's Rodney something. But I really like this because he's got hair made out of snakes, and the detail on that, it's phenomenal.
Reminds me of Venom a lot.
Yeah.
That does remind me of Venom. It's very,
and even the ring ropes in the background and the lights, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, that is.
So Eric edited this one as one of his.
Another great Eric edit.
Nice work.
So Instagram is the Wyatt OG. Drop your Twitter handle, Eric, if you're still in the chat. This is the version of Bray I fell in love with. So yeah. I adore that. It's just an awesome picture.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is another edit that Eric did, and I love the transparent, aspect to it, and having two pictures in one. That's just really, really cool to have, the moth in there.
Yeah. I love that moth, man. I love that. I think that's just an incredible.
That was almost gonna be my tattoo when I went to see Kyle. It definitely will be in the future. Yeah, because that moth is awesome. So this is another edit that Eric did. I just love I don't know, like it's cartoonish. Yeah. I don't know what app you use, Eric, but yeah, I just love. I mean, the tattoo on his hand just pops, and I love that cartoon aspect. I really, really do.
Yeah, great work.
Yeah.
This is Hurdy Sketch. If he's still in the chat, soon the reunion begins, and I
like that one.
Yeah, everybody's got red eyes, and it's almost like lightning, like a thunderstorm, and I love that everything. They're all in black and white, and the only thing is, that the red eyes. So awesome work.
Yeah, fantastic.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. So this is Tribal Goat on Twitter. And I love this one because of the use of color in the background. You've got all those different bright neon colors, and you've got this, and then there's just Bray in the middle.
Yeah, very cool. Like, again, split of colors. I can't wait to see that attire and what it looks like in the game as well. Like, every time that attire shows up, I'm like, that looks awesome.
Yeah.
I really thought when he had that shirt on when he came out for that match, I thought he was going to end up like flying because it looked like it had a harness on the back. So this is Blake. I know he's in the chat, so drop your Twitter handle in there. And this is that interaction between Bray and Cena.
Nice.
And it's that, that's an iconic picture.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. It reminds me of like just the style. I always like that sort of style. It's, again, cartoonish, but
yeah,
there's, I'm trying to think of an artist that it reminds me of, but it's quite notable, like pop art. Is that it? Pop art sort of style? The artist will be able to tell me. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of that, I think. But it's really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, this is another one from Brittany K. My favorite thing about this one, so I like that he's got that one ripped glove, it looks like, and that mask. Like, I want to know more about that person. That's what I would like to see when he comes back. I want to know more about that person.
I'm sure we'll see more of this mask.
Yeah. I want to see a lot more of it. I'm intrigued. And the detail on all his tattoos, I mean, it's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, amazing stuff.
This is another one that Blake did. And I like that just stark difference in, Bray and the Fiend. Obviously that detail on the tattoo as well. And that just, I love that cartoon drawing style.
Yes.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, very much so. Certainly my favorite as well. I just like, again, the detail, just where the hairline meets, stuff like that, really well done. The beard and the chest, like, love that. Really cool detail.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Lily and Alexa.
Yep. So this is another one that Brittany K did. And
speaking of
Lily, it looks like you could just reach in and grab it, like it's real. That on that doll, and the hair on Alexa and Lily.
The eyes.
Yeah, it looks like you could literally just grab it off your screen because it looks that real.
It's like 3D.
Yeah, I love it.
Speaking of Lily, someone wanted to say hello. It's a new one that I did.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
I'm so happy how she came out. She looks 1,000 times better than how I made her.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Thank you.
Really great stuff as always.
Everybody is so talented.
Yes.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, you guys are just so tremendously talented, and just keep sharing that artwork with us, and we'll keep highlighting it. So.
One of the comments says, "No dolls, thank you." No dolls. Then don't watch Dead Silence. Don't watch that because All
That's
about
true.
dolls, creepy
That's
dolls.
very true.
I can watch it. That's fine. But yeah, I don't.
I
really
watched it so many
follow
times.
it.
I'll never forget, like the trailers would come on during Monday Night Raw, and it would freak me out. It was so terrifying. Very terrifying horror movie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it a few times. It's pretty scary. Pretty
Rich,
scary. But
to see that, he said he's going to get started on that Mankind and Fiend drawing.
awesome.
Yeah,
I need
nice.
to see it.
Yes.
Nice.
We are ready to see that. So
Yep. Oh, somebody else saying they want it. They're thinking of doing a face-to-face with Mankind and the Fiend.
I might do like a little sketch in my little sketchbook. I might do a little sketch of Mankind and the Fiend doing like a face-off or something.
Yeah, man.
Nothing
Sounds good.
crazy. I mean, I'll maybe I'll do coloring. I'll color it in. I have a lot of markers that are not. They don't have a lot of ink in it. So if I can't do that, I'll just do like a rough sketch of them. So.
awesome. Awesome. Yeah, we want to see all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you guys
wanna
are
see
done,
every
send
single one.
it to Jodie or send it to anyone from Abby's window, and we'll share it for next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. My DMs are open, so when you get stuff and you're posting it, you're more than welcome to tag me in it, or just send them to me in a DM, and we'll make sure that we get it on Abby's.
That's right. Send that artwork in.
Jesse's gonna do a Mankind and Fiend one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
3
Awesome.
faces of Foley and 3 versions of Wyatt.
That's going to be really cool. Whoever does that will look sick.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I'm excited to see it already.
Me too.
Thank you
All
guys
these
so much.
talented artists, use your imagination.
That's right.
You guys know what to do.
That's right. Get creative. Get creative. You all are already. So that'll be an easy task for you. Well, thank you all so much. We're gonna start with some final thoughts here. We'll start with Dom, and then go to Nicole, and then Jodie.
Always a pleasure. Keep believing. Maybe it's tonight, maybe it's SummerSlam, but keep the faith. I'm sure it's coming. As for you, as for the community, love you all. Thank you so much for showing up every week to support us. It's lovely to be here. It's lovely to hang out with these guys every week. For me, it's again just some cross-continent friends that I love, and I count you all in that. So it's an absolute pleasure. Obviously, alongside supporting Tazzy tonight, if you could go and drop a visit over to Dan, because it's 10 past midnight in the morning here, and he stays up till 1 a.m. to start Raw and finishes all the way at whatever it is, 3 or 4 o'clock, and then gets up to go to work the next day because he loves wrestling that much. So if you can drop a support to give me a whole go and watch Dan and say hi to him, I'm sure he would appreciate it, alongside supporting Tazzy, of course. And that's all I ask of you guys. Please give Dan some love, because it's a long shift on Monday nights when you're in the UK. So if you can support him, that'd be wonderful. I'd appreciate it.
Awesome. Nicole.
Same here. I'm always grateful to be a part of Abby's window with everybody. I love chatting about Bray Wyatt and all different ideas for what he could do and when he returns, and different, like, who he could feud with next. Like, it's always fun to do these, because everybody's just has brilliant ideas, and I love seeing other people's ideas of what they think, and sharing your artwork. Obviously, I'm an artist, so I'm grateful to see other people's artwork. I love seeing all the hard work you guys do, so hats off to all of you. And I'm looking forward to what's going to be happening in the next few weeks. Just like Dom says, if it may not happen this week, it's going to happen sooner. It's going to happen very soon. So what matters most is that Bray is in good spirits, and that he's doing well, and that he'll be back before anybody knows it. And like I said, it's going to be a surprise. So don't expect them to say, "Oh," like when they say
The return of Bray Wyatt.
They're not going to do that. It's going to be a surprise. The way they did it with Extreme Rules, it's going to be a surprise. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I am excited for him to come back. I really miss him. I'm glad that he is, like Nicole said, in good spirits, out and about, enjoying life. And yeah. And obviously, I adore this community. It doesn't matter how crappy of a day I've had or, you know, whatever. I know that we can get together, and I feel a lot better an hour later. And if anybody, so I am coming to the UK. I will be there May the 18th. And I'll be there for a couple of weeks. So, Dom, really looking forward to meeting you and hanging out with you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I'm going to try to get together with Jed Shepherd and pick his brain a little bit. So, yeah, looking forward to meeting everybody that wants to meet up when I go to the UK. Looking forward to going and seeing Caleb as well with my mom and going on a little 4-day cruise. I'm super excited. It's gonna start, you know, not as good. I have to go to a funeral when I get there, so but I'm looking forward to it. Yes, and Alicia want to meet up with her as well. So I'm really, really excited about, you know, meeting Dom and everybody else and getting home.
Yeah.
And I love all of you guys from the bottom of my heart. Really appreciate everything.
We're all one big crazy family.
That's right. Thank you all so much again. I echo those sentiments. We love you all. We thank you for your support. And I'll throw this out there. The next time we'll be on this channel is Thursday for Impact Wrestling. Not sure if you have heard, but things just got a little bit more of a glow to them in Impact Wrestling.
Indeed.
So,
Trinity is back.
I will have it on
So happy.
in my ears at work. So I don't want to miss it.
yeah, so come check it out. Jodie watched Impact for the first time all the way through last week, other than seeing clips before. Did you enjoy it?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Absolutely. You know, and I watched it with Chris, and obviously with the, you know, we were live on this channel. And yeah, we both really enjoyed it, and we'll watch it again on Thursday.
Awesome. Impact is awesome. If you've never watched it, give it a try. If it's been a while, if you kind of got out of it because of the last regime, we'll say times have changed, and give it another try.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and we do a watch along for it every Thursday, so come check us out. But yeah, thank you all for joining us tonight for Abby's Window. We really appreciate it. Thank you for all the comments and participation in the chat. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for all the love and support, and we'll see you next time, folks. Take care.
So what do you say? You want to